We're taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. and happening today, the police shooting of a 17-year-old from the officer's perspective. Baltimore City Police are set to release body camera footage this afternoon. Also happening this afternoon, Governor Wes Moore is set to sign a series of new bills into law. We're going to take a closer look at the challenges one of those high-profile bills is already facing. And President Biden will meet today with GOP leaders to discuss the debt crisis, the looming deadline as leaders are now facing. Fox 45 News Midday starts right now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us here for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Taylor Stewart. Today, Governor Wes Moore is set to sign a series of bills into law, including one focused on legal gun ownership. Now, Senate Bill 1 limits where people with concealed carry permits can bring their firearms. But as Shannon Lilly shows us, there are concerns about the constitutionality of the plan moving forward.
Yeah, there's been lots of back and forth, but as for what we can expect today, Governor Wes Moore has indicated that he will sign this bill this afternoon. And this comes as lawmakers remain at odds over whether this bill will truly help get guns off the streets, and some are even questioning its legality. Let's take a listen to those arguments for and those against.
Do we want to live in one where we think that violence is solved by more guns, or do we want to live in a society where we believe that people should have the opportunity to maximize their potential and not need a gun to feel safe?
It's an illegal bill.
I think people who claim that there's a constitutional challenge, they can claim it. But you know who doesn't think there's a constitutional challenge? Our state's lawyer, the Attorney General. I will sign it, yes.
Am I going to get some completely innocent client that has a permit to carry, that isn't sure what they can possess, and they walk in the wrong place on the wrong day unintentionally, and they end up being prosecuted in court? That's the big concern here.
Baltimore area attorney Jeremy Eldridge there argues the broad language carving out where legal owners can't bring their weapons is just going to cause confusion and potentially even litigation for the state moving forward. Now, on Friday, the House GOP sent Moore a veto request for the bill. It was a last-ditch effort to try to prevent him from signing. But it's not just Republicans who refuse to get on board. Baltimore City Democrat Senator Cory McCray also voting no on the bill, citing constitutional issues. Meanwhile, legislation targeting juvenile crime and repeat violent offenders not getting much traction in this last General Assembly session. Reporting from City Hall, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Now, back in April, we asked City State Attorney Ivan Bates about this bill. Now, Bates says there could be hiccups when it's first implemented based on the warning people who are trying to follow this law, they could possibly end up breaking it.
So I think there will be some confusion with the law. I think we have to make sure that if we decide not to prosecute, individuals who purchase their weapons legally, that there's an educational component. So you'll see a lot of what I think is common sense, making sure that we don't harm legal gun owners, but to make sure that they understand that they also have to follow the laws and the rules.
The Baltimore City Sheriff also weighed in on the issue, saying while the bigger threat to the public is the illegal use of firearms, his office will be committed to making sure legal gun owners are also following the law based on where they can carry. The city reaching a tragic milestone, more than 100 killings in the city this year. 102 people have been shot and killed in Baltimore, and many of the victims just teenagers. Now, as the crime crisis continues, we're pressing Mayor Brandon Scott directly. We caught up with him on Monday at the James DeGrosse Recreation Center in Park Heights. Fox 45 News pressed Mayor Scott on the uptick in juvenile violence. We also asked if he's satisfied with how crime legislation was prioritized in Annapolis.
You do not see me complaining. What we want to do is how do we make that partnership that is very strong even stronger?
This brings us to our question of the day. Do you think there should be a special session in Annapolis to tackle the juvenile crime crisis? So far, 94% of voters say yes. Go to Fox Baltimore right now and click that / tab and you can weigh in. Today, Baltimore City police are going to release the body camera footage from last week's police shooting of a 17-year-old. Investigators say Officer Cedric Elby was sitting on a stoop talking to a resident when he saw the teenager and believed he was armed. Police say the teen ran off, holding a gun and ignoring officers' commands to drop the weapon.
I can't tell you what the officers saw, but then when they called it out, they said the individual was characteristics of an armed person. That's why they started to approach him.
The 17-year-old remains in the hospital. His mom says the bullets pierced his spleen and ruptured a lung. The officer is now on administrative leave. We'll be there when that body camera footage is released and bring you that latest information on our website and here on air. We'll also have a closer look at the video at Fox 45 News at 4 p.m. Breaking right now, the bank crisis is taking center stage on Capitol Hill. A live look now where the heads of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank are in the hot seat. They're taking questions from lawmakers. They'll be testifying before senators on the Banking and Housing Urban Affairs Committee. And today's hearing is just the first of several planned this week on the bank's collapse. It'll be the first time we hear from Silicon Valley former CEO. He is expected to apologize to bank employees, clients, and shareholders and blame the bank's failure on a combination of rate hikes and rumors that spread quickly online. And now a live look over the White House, where President Biden is expected to meet with congressional leaders to discuss the debt ceiling limit. This week, ahead of the meeting, the president says he's optimistic a deal will be reached, but Speaker Kevin McCarthy is cautioning no agreements have been reached yet. The Treasury says a deal needs to be reached by June. And for your latest up-to-date information, download the Fox 45 News app for your up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, weather, anytime. Just search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, those rent prices are soaring. How a change in renters' habits is contributing to the problem. And could big changes be coming to your kids' lunch menu? The new government guidelines that could get some popular items pulled. But first, a shocking new study about veterans' health care. The increased risk some are facing depended on where they were based.
On your hour-by-hour forecast, numbers in the upper 70s in the next few hours and into the lower 80s as well. Notice we keep some cloud cover around. The rain really not picking up until after we get to about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon. So most of the day will stay dry. We'll top out at 81 today, drop to the upper 50s tonight, drier and cooler on your Wednesday. Back with your full forecast. We'll do that in just a few minutes from right now.
Fox 45 News, winner of 17 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
Making headlines, Wells Fargo is agreeing to a $1 billion payout to settle claims it mistreated customers. The lawsuit accused the San Francisco-based bank of defrauding shareholders and its progress in recovering from a series of scandals, one being the treatment of its customers. The bank has operated since 2018 under a consent order that it improves governance and oversight. All right, we're taking a look at your social stream now. A shocking new study about the health of our veterans. It found Marines who were stationed at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina are 70% more likely to develop Parkinson's disease than any other Marines. Researchers believe exposure to a chemical called trichloroethylene, or TCE as it's put, is widely used as an industrial cleaner for medal. The study found that it looked at the health of the records of 340,000 service members who were stationed there between 1975 and 1985, and they had a 70% greater risk of developing Parkinson's. One person, take a look here, saying, "My God, that is unconscionable." Agreed. Another person saying this: "Both my father and brother were stationed there. My father eventually died from what was diagnosed as Parkinson's." Now, families of the victims of the Buffalo shooting massacre are filing a wrongful death lawsuit against social media companies. The suit claims the sites helped radicalize the shooter and his racist views. Among the defendants named in this lawsuit, Facebook's parent company, the owners of Snapchat, as well as the companies behind Google, YouTube, and Amazon. Folks here weighing in saying everyone wants to blame everyone but the gunman. Another person here responding saying, "I agree, but I think we can also agree that social media is a cancer to our society." Well, not cancer here. Chocolate milk may be coming off the menu in elementary and middle schools. Cafeterias across the U.S., the Department of Agriculture is considering a ban on flavored milk altogether, including chocolate, strawberry, and other varieties. It would be part of a new set of standards for school meals aimed at limiting the amount of sugar and salt in meals to reduce childhood obesity. Let's see what folks are saying. "So glad I graduated before this. Chocolate milk was always a way to go." Definitely a great recess treat. Another person saying, "Let the kids have at least one thing to look forward to at lunch." Not everyone on board here. Well, still ahead, Martha Stewart is proven age is just a number. What is she saying about her swimsuit cover? We'll get that ahead and how she views getting older. But first, a big warning for parents of little ones. We're learning baby formula that was recalled was still shipped to stores and put on shelves for parents to buy. What parents are being told to do, just ahead. And ahead at noon, it's Karamu, then at 1, Sherry, followed by the Hot Bench at 2 p.m. All right, we're back with a live look over the Inner Harbor today. A cloudy and warm day ahead, but rain's definitely heading our way. Meteorologist Justin Chambers will time it all out for us just ahead. A new health alert. While COVID is officially over as the pandemic emergency is over, the new study that now found masks might still be a good idea when you're at the doctor's office. The study found masks continue to offer protection and reduce your risk of catching COVID-19 in a community setting like a doctor's office. The study also found there wasn't a significant difference in protection between surgical masks and N95 respirators in healthcare settings. Now, a warning for parents here. Baby formula that could have potentially been contaminated was shipped to stores even after its recall. The Perrigo company issued a recall of certain lots of Gerber foods, starting the Smooth Pro formulas in March, due to a possible contamination with harmful bacteria. But batches of this formula were apparently still shipped, and the company says so far they have not had any reported illnesses. Customers who bought this affected formula should throw it away immediately. A new study using pot during pregnancy can affect fetal development. as early as the first trimester. Now, according to the study, marijuana use can harm fetal development in the first trimester before many women are even aware they're pregnant. It found THC and CBD exposure in the womb are linked to childhood obesity and higher blood sugar. Making headlines, Republicans in North Carolina are set to enact a new, stricter abortion ban today. The party voted in favor of a 12-week abortion ban last month. It was vetoed by the state's Democratic governor, but the GOP veto-proof majority is set to override that veto during a 4 p.m. vote this afternoon. The governor of Tennessee is okaying new protections that shield gun makers from lawsuits. The provisions were included in a bill lawmakers passed after the deadly shooting at a Nashville elementary school in March. Now, Democratic lawmakers have slammed the legislation while Republicans argue it helps out businesses in the state's growing firearm industry. The provisions go into effect July 1st. Federal government, meanwhile, considering its own tax-free filing system. This week, the Internal Revenue Service is set to release a report on the feasibility study it conducted on this issue. It looked at whether the IRS could create a service to prepare and submit taxes directly to the government at no cost. The system would be funded by the $80 billion the agency received from the Inflation Reduction Act. The public will get to see what happened before the Baltimore officer shot and critically injured a 17-year-old just last week who they say had a gun. At 4, our first look at what happened. And Governor Wes Moore set to sign a bill restricting where guns can be carried in public. At 5 o'clock, the continued pushback against Senate Bill 1. And a report concludes politics propelled allegations that Trump's 2016 campaign colluded with Russia. At 6, we'll look at the political fallout. You can get your Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon or your Alexa device. Go ahead and we deliver your local headlines and your forecast in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, just tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. Trending today, a homemaking icon who's usually associated with cooking tips and decorating ideas, totally branching out here. Martha Stewart is making an appearance on the cover of this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. The 81-year-old says Americans should think about good living and not about aging, which she calls boring. Stewart says to get cover ready, she didn't eat any bread or pasta for a couple of months and went to Pilates every other day. She also says she followed a good diet, good exercise regimen, and healthy skin care. Stewart is describing her appearance on the magazine cover as a testament to good living. The More Lifestyle host, Mark Clark, I'm loving it. All ages should definitely be on the swimsuit issue.
I mean, 81 on the swimsuit issue. This young lady has been to prison. She came out. She didn't let anything stop her. I think she's motivated all of us. I mean, 81. Good Lord.
Yeah, it doesn't look like what she's been through. I mean, just doing it flawlessly.
I'm now inspired. I'm ready to be on Sports Illustrated cover when I'm 81.
You're next. Certainly not I, but you're next.
What's your secret? You look like an athlete. Do you work out? What's your secret?
Martha Stewart had it right. Working out. Working out is so good for your body, so good for your mental. She's on it.
Yes, I do. I do donut lifts in the morning normally, and also I do.
You know, I don't know if that you might have to cut some bread or pasta out for your cover shoot, Mark. But
okay,
we'll be back in a bit with more of what you guys are working on.
The beach body starts now. Go.
Today. All right. Well, let's get to the weather, actually, because it's going to be a dry day, but we are seeing some cloudy skies. Not quite the beach day we're hoping for, but it's still going to be better than the storms meteorologist Justin Chambers will show us in Texas right now. He's there with our worst weather in America.
Yeah, look at this picture, some severe weather in Texas. You can see the funnel cloud right there from that tornado that was actually caught on camera. Those storm chasers are just amazing, but I believe this was just somebody who was very close to this storm. And obviously when those things happen, you've got to take cover. You got to get to that innermost portion of your house or the lowest level as well. Thankfully, we haven't had a lot of severe weather around here. Let's knock on some wood for that. But as we take you into the afternoon, we are going to see at least a few showers develop. We're talking after about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, and numbers into the upper 70s and lower 80s. Now, those are above average for this time of year. Typically, mid-70s is where we are for mid-May, but 81 in Baltimore City, 77 in Annapolis, 79 in Cockeysville and Hunt Valley, upper 70s and lower 80s up and down the 95 corridor, all the way up to Boston and down to Richmond. And Richmond could see some stronger storms later this afternoon, 70 down the ocean in Ocean City. Pollen numbers continue to be up there. Trees and grass, the biggest offenders in that high or very high category. Looking ahead to first pitch tonight for your O's cast, and the A's are back in town. Not the A's, the Angels are back in town tonight. 6:35 is that first pitch. May see a few showers that could at least impact the game for later into the game. And a quick check ahead to the Preakness weekend, which we know is right around the corner. Black-eyed Susan Day looks great. 74 on Friday, upper 70 Saturday. May see a few showers early Saturday morning, but for our future scan today, notice we stay cloudy. That rain, again, it's not a lot. The stronger storms are well to the south of us, but at least a few of those showers around, drier and cooler behind that cold front that comes in tomorrow. And here's your 10-day forecast. After 80s today, we drop to the 70s for Wednesday and Thursday and keep those 70s going into the weekend with 80s by Sunday and Monday.
Still ahead, Google is rolling out a whole new safety feature, how it can help those experiencing a crisis. And travel this Labor Day could soar to record highs. We're going to look at how many people are expected to hit the road. And it's a big night of TV here on Fox 45 at 8 o'clock. It's a special 2-hour episode of 911 Lone Star. Then keep watching for Fox 45 News at 10 and Fox 45 News Late Edition. All right, trending today, it's a chance to own a place where everyone will know your name. The bar from the TV show Cheers is up for auction in Dallas, Texas. The bar is broken into 3 sections. It includes a brass railing, the burgundy leatherette bar stools, and the back bar unit. It contains some famous autographs from several cast members who carved their names into the wood. Now, this auction for the Cheers bar is part of a larger sale of TV memorabilia. It's going to end between June 2nd and June 4th in Dallas. Plus, today is National Barbecue Day, and with summer right around the corner, nothing says summer like a good old barbecue. Barbecue can refer to the way the meat is cooked, as well as the cooking method that's used, or it can be a social occasion. In the U.S., barbecued meat is thought to have originated from North Carolina, but today there are other regions besides North Carolina famous for their barbecue. Kansas City, Memphis, Texas, whichever's your favorite, go out and enjoy some today. Go ahead and gather your friends and family and set up in the backyard and get grilling. Don't miss this. Memorial Day weekend is going to be a busy one for travelers this year. According to the AAA, more than 42 million Americans are expected to travel 50 miles or more from home over the holiday weekend. That's a 7% increase from last year. AAA says this Memorial Day could be the busiest at airports since 2005. Google's rolling out a new safety feature to help those experiencing a crisis. The company says pre-written text will show up when users search for suicide-related terms. The prompts will appear under information for the 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline. And we got some new techs that are coming to cars. Google says vehicles with Android software will soon be able to have YouTube and Zoom pulled up in their cars on the screen. Volvos and Polestar will be the first to let users watch YouTube in their vehicles, but only while parked. Okay, that's good. Getting onto a conference call will also be available through Zoom and Microsoft Teams, but only via audio. Now time for your lunch break. Pasta prices are rising in Italy, and shoppers are reaching their boiling point. The cost of pasta has risen more than 17% over the past year throughout the country, in a country where about 60% of people eat pasta every day. The high prices are hitting close to home and sparking some outrage. Citizens there are calling on the government to step in and regulate pasta prices. That is all we have for you here at Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what you guys are working on.
All right, it's a question of the day every parent wants answered. How do I raise a happy kid? Well, psychologist is pulling back the curtain and revealing the secret. It may surprise you. We'll talk about it next, coming up on Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with Persia Nicole from 92Q. Good morning, ladies.
Hello.
Good morning. Let me tell you right now, a child psychologist is revealing the secret to raising a happy child. Apparently, it's allowing them to be unhappy. It may sound counterintuitive, but specialists say kids need to know what it feels like to be sad so they can truly experience joy. When a child is upset, instead of trying to immediately cheer them up, try helping them understand what they're feeling and why they're feeling that way. The doctors say it's important for kids to feel a range of emotions: anger, sadness, and joy. Well, as the elder statesman here, that was a technique my mother used. What's wrong with you?
The in-house poppy.
What's wrong with
the in-house
you?
Daddy.
What's wrong with you? That was a technique.
Look, that was it. That was it.
You?
That's all they did was look at you. Like there was nothing that a backhand didn't fix. With your mama.
What's wrong with you?
Things are so different now. I don't know. It's so different now with how they deal with kids. Like you can have your range of emotions, but it don't got to be so loud. You don't got to be in my ear screaming about it though. So.
Nicole, what'd you do? What'd you do? What did you do, and how were you raised? Oh, Lord. Did you hear us? She just dropped up.
Sometimes you got to log out. She was like, I'm logging out. I don't even care.
We'll come back with Persia now. If you think you're paying an arm and a leg in rent, you could have your ex-roommate to blame. A new study finds rent prices are soaring, in part due to the fact people are ditching roommates. That means there's more demand for apartments since people aren't doubling up on units. Another issue at the start of the pandemic, remote workers fled big cities, but now many are moving back, further contributing to the demand problem. Roommate or no roommate?
I'm going to go with, first of all, I want to say no roommate. I agree with this. I definitely want to live by myself. I need my own space, okay? I don't want to come home. I don't want to see, like, all kinds of stuff everywhere. It's like sharing a desk at work. You know what I mean? Everybody has that one desk, and, you know, we're all sharing it. You got to leave it cleanly, you know what I mean? And that's the same way living with a roommate. You want that house clean. You want it everywhere. You want, like, don't put your stuff on my stuff. Oh,
really?
gosh.
Lady T, you one of those?
I know. I'm picky because I'm bougie. I'm bougie. I can't help it.
I'm kind of surprised that you're one of those people. Okay, no judgment.
Wait, it felt like judgment.
Wait a minute, Persia Nicole, what do you think?
I'm like Lady T, but I'm not all the way bougie. I'm bougetto.
Yeah, okay, that's halfway. You good.
Like halfway there. But like I'm kind of like that too. Like I think I'm definitely like I need my space. I can't do mess. I can't do certain things. But it might not be good for everybody at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm in agreement.
Interesting. Okay, I got some two neat nicks here. Who knew? All right. So we want you to tell it. Have you ever had a roommate? Did you like it, or did you prefer living alone? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. And when you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app at the end of the show. We'll see what everybody's talking about, okay? When it comes to hot dogs, what are the best toppings? There's a big debate online that now Costco has announced is bringing back chopped onions for its hot dogs. And the garnish was pulled from the food court in 2020 during the pandemic, but it's finally making its way back. So
why is this so funny?
I didn't know. We gotta pull it. You know,
we gotta get rid of it. That was the one thing they said. This is really hiking up we gotta get rid of onions, y'all.
We gotta make some changes around here. These onions.
Not only do they have us crying, but our prices are soaring.
I feel like you are you seem like a sweet pickle person over an onion person.
I hate pickles. I do not put pickles. I don't put onions on my hot dog. Like, that's gross. Like, no, you got to stick to the basics when it comes to your hot dog. You got to put on your mustard. You got to put on, I like it when it has bacon and cheese on it, you know. I like a little something sweet and sour on it, but not onions.
Persia Nicole seems like she's an onion hot dog person.
How did you know, Mark?
I could tell.
Really?
Persia got some grownness in her. She got some grown
That's
energy.
what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I love a raw onion. I don't want my onions cooked. I like them raw, honey. I like it crunchy. I like spicy mustard and ketchup. Give it to me raw. I love it all.
Raw onion, Persia?
Persia Nicole, though she's young, has some
That's
grownness
next level
in her.
grown woman. I am not at that level yet.
That's your Uncle Ted. I need some onions on this hot dog.
I put onions in my sock when I'm sick so it can, help me make me feel better. But I don't do nothing else with no onions. Oh, no.
Well, thank you for that, Rachel.
Yeah, just a tip. It's, it's the ancestors talking about it.
But again, shout out to Costco, whoever made that decision. What we're going to do about the hot dogs?
Come on, Costco. Bring them back. Bring it all back, okay?
Well, thanks so much, everybody. Of course, Lady T will see you back with entertainment later in the show. Persia Nicole, go on with your show. Now, still ahead, getting fit this summer, we'll chat with a lifestyle expert and share tips for a healthier summer routine. But first, it's an extra layer of protection for you and your car. We'll talk about a new dash cam that can offer extra security when you're driving. I need that. Stick around. We got a great show.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Car accidents can be a major hassle, especially when the finger pointing starts about who's to blame. Genevieve Gorder is here with a special deal on a dash cam that can save you time, money, and a lot of aggravation.
Hey everybody, we all spend a lot of our lives in our cars. And wouldn't you like that time that you do spend here to be as safe as possible? It's scary to think about, but there are over 6 million car accidents each year in the US, and that's a huge number. But one of the ways we can find peace of mind is through how we protect ourselves. This is the Minolta dash cam. Now, if you're ever involved in a car accident, you could have supporting evidence at your fingertips. Think about that. This camera comes with a windshield mount, and it's really easy to set up. It has a wide angle and tiltable lens, and it uses HD video, so it won't miss anything going on in front of you, including license plate numbers. It also has this large screen, so you can actually see the footage that you record. And the most important part of the camera is the G sensor, which will automatically detect a collision and make sure it gets recorded. Now, beyond accidents, think about the added security of having a camera like this in your car. Break-ins, road rage, unsafe parking lots. Think of this like a security camera for your car that you can feel good about. We are offering a special offer right now. Get one for yourself. Think about getting one for your kid going away to school, elderly parents, anyone you want to keep safe. Take advantage of this deal. Go to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Booking.com, Boiron Arnicare, Vicks Humidifiers, and Diaper Genie.
The summer season is just weeks away, and that means a new opportunity to reset your health and wellness goals. Wellness lifestyle expert Jamie Hess is here with her tips for a healthier routine, making me time and focusing on wellness. Welcome, Jamie.
Thanks for having me.
Jamie, what are some of the ways you found to keep self-care at the forefront?
Some recent research done by Booking.com found that 76% of Americans feel that travel helps them with their mental health and emotional well-being more than other relaxation techniques. So Booking.com's free loyalty program, it's called Genius, is a great place to start. It actually makes it easier to gain a lifetime of discounts that never expire. You can instantly access rewards and automatically receive a 10% discount across select car rentals and hundreds of places to stay. And as your Genius level increases, so do the discounts. So just a great way to focus on travel as a form of self-care. Head on over to booking.com/genius to learn more about that program.
How can we stop life's everyday ailments from getting in the way of enjoying the warmer weather?
So I recommend having Arnicare on hand. Now, unlike other over-the-counter pain relief gels, Boron Arnicare gel is unscented, and it also does more than just relieve sore muscles. It's going to help with swelling from injuries, discoloration from bruises. It's actually made from Arnica montana, which is a mountain daisy. So it's something you can use on the whole family. And while we're on the topic of things you should have in your home to keep the whole family feeling happy and healthy, let's not forget that just because the weather is warmer does not mean cold and allergy season is gone, right? My family's allergies are worse than ever. So let's talk humidifiers. Vicks, of course, the #1 brand in humidification across the country. And Vicks humidifiers combine the ability to use medicated Vicks VapoSteam and VapoPads for a cool mist that helps to relieve cough congestion and reduces dry air discomfort. That's just going to help you breathe better, right? And sleep more comfortably. That's going to contribute to a sense of well-being in all the rooms of your home.
Jamie, what tips do you have for families this season?
Well, when I think about families and self-care, I think about de-stressing mom and dad. And so I immediately think about the Diaper Genie Signature Pail. This actually is the first diaper disposal system that combines a patented odor-controlling pail and refill system to lock away stinky odors for a fresher smelling home. It also features a foot pedal for easy hands-free operation. If you've ever done that baby juggle in the middle of the night when the baby's feet are up in the air and the diapers are everywhere, you're going to want that foot pedal. And this one actually holds up to 47 newborn diapers, all while using 70% less plastic in that odor controlling cartridge, so also being good to the environment.
And where can we go for more information?
You can follow me over on Instagram. I am NYC Fit Fam, and I share tips and tricks like this every single day.
Thanks so much for this great information. Still ahead, a new game show is on the way. Also, we'll get an update on Jamie Foxx's health on the way. First, Taylor Swift takes on stadium security and defends a fan mid-song. And all this is coming up with Lady T as she spills the tea. And it's time to spill the tea. Lady T's ready. What's going on, Lady T?
Hello, fellow tea sippers. All right, here's a tea that you need. All right, so singer Taylor Swift swooping into action during her concert to save the day. So Taylor was on her Eras tour, you know, she's currently on it, and a few Swifties were in need of some help, y'all. So Taylor was performing her song Bad Blood in Philly, but stopped mid-song to yell at a security guard, okay? So she saw the security guard harassing a fan, then yelled, "It's fine." She wasn't doing anything, stop. Footage of the incident was posted on social media. Went viral. The security guard was then escorted out, okay? way, the group of fans that she saved were offered free tickets. They said the security guard was on top of them all night. Like, don't do this, don't do that, don't touch the bar, don't touch the railing. Anyway, shout out to Mackenzie Frost, a fellow Swiftie, for these videos that she's saying. As you can see, Tay-Tay don't play, Mark. Don't mess with the Swifties out here, okay? I thought that was pretty cool, though, that she actually noticed that from being up on the stage.
I feel for the security guy. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm trying to protect you.
First of all, he needed to be out of a job.
You know what I'm saying?
Bye-bye.
I'm trying to protect you. You got me. I'm just, hey, back up. If you think you're paying an arm and a leg in rent, you could have your ex-roommate to blame. A new study finds rent prices are soaring in part due to the fact people are ditching roommates. That means there's more demand for apartments as people are doubling up on units. Another issue, at the start of the pandemic, remote workers fled big cities, but now many are moving back, further contributing to the demand problem. We wanted you to tell it if you've ever had a roommate. Did you like it, or do you prefer to live alone? Right now, most of you are saying, I like my own space in that voice, okay? Got a great show lined up for tomorrow. We're talking about water safety this summer. We'll show some simple, easy things to do for parents so the kids could be safe at the pool.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Tell everybody about the show. We're growing in the audience. That's right. Follow us on Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all that. And we'll see you tomorrow.